Hey, how's it going everyone? It's Non here and welcome back to another YouTube video. And in today's video we're gonna be talking about the Suros. Yes, once again we're gonna be talking about the Suros. You know, every time there's an auto rifle buff, we're gonna have to talk about the Suros. Just because I love that weapon, so every time that there's even a small buff, you know we're gonna see what it actually did to the weapon. So today we're gonna see how the recent auto rifle buffs affected the Suros, and we're gonna see how better it is now than it was before. In case you guys don't know about the buffs to the auto rifles, pretty much every auto rifle class except the 450s got a crit damage buff, so now it does more damage per crit. It wasn't a super high damage increase, just a couple of extra damage points, but anyways, let's take a look at these buffs. And the Suros is both a 600 and also a 360 RPM auto rifle, so we're gonna be taking a look at both. And first I think we're gonna be starting with the slow Suros, the dual speed receiver Suros, the 360 Suros. The 360 Suros and also all the other high impact auto rifles as well. These auto rifles got an increased their precision damage that went from doing 34 per crit to 36 per crit now. So it just got increased by 2 extra points of damage. And unfortunately because of that, it didn't really change the optimal time to kill on the 360 ARs. It is still 0.83 for the optimal time to kill. But while it doesn't change the optimal time to kill, it does make it so reaching that optimal time to kill is just a lot easier, a lot more consistent, and you're gonna be able to hit it a lot more often. Because you don't really have to hit as many headshots as you had to before. And when I was playing with the weapon in the dual receiver mode, it definitely felt that way. It just felt a lot more consistent. I felt like I was maybe not landing more headshots than I usually do, but I was definitely getting a lot more kills in situations that maybe sometimes before I wouldn't have been able to get the kill. But I'm actually really enjoying dual receiver Suros, which is something that I hadn't done in a while, since I felt that the spraying up Suros was kind of the better choice of the two, and I think that might still be the case, especially with the buff that I got. But Bungie definitely improved the dual receiver Suros, so if you're a fan of the slow Suros, you're definitely gonna like this, and hopefully you're gonna find it to be more consistent. But now though, let's actually talk about the speeding up Suros. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have some bad news for you guys. It seems that the buff that the 600 RPM auto rifles got didn't actually affect the speeding up Suros. The Suros seems to have kept the 21 damage per headshot, and it didn't get the 2 damage increase like the other 600 auto rifles. Probably because Bungie thought that maybe it was gonna be too much with the buff and the speeding up, ramping up the rate of fire, and it was just gonna melt people. And it would have been amazing. I think it would have made the Suros a lot more competitive, but it didn't get it. It's still doing the same damage it did before the buff. Basically, the speeding up Suros just didn't get a buff. It is still the same speeding up Suros. And I gotta say, I'm actually really disappointed that that's the case, especially since I told you guys when I was talking about the other Suros that I thought that speeding up was gonna get even better thanks to the buff. That was actually before I started recording for the 600 Suros, and I found out that the buff didn't actually affect it. So, if you're a fan of the slow Suros, this is definitely very good for you, since the weapon actually did get a buff and it feels a lot more consistent and a lot better. But if you're like me, and you're really looking forward to the Suros just destroying in 600, then yeah, nothing really changed. It's still the same one, still does pretty well, but I think that the 360 Suros might be a bit better now, with its very competitive time to kill, and also with some very good consistency. So I think I'm going to be switching back to the old school slow Suros, and yeah, that's probably going to be pretty good. But anyways guys, with that we're going to end today's video. And I know the Suros wasn't as buff as we thought it was going to be, so that's quite a shame. But I'm still enjoying the weapon, and I'm definitely going to use it some more. But anyways, if you guys have used the Suros after the patch, let me know what you guys think about it. And also, what have you been pairing it up with? Have you been pairing it up with a shotgun like I have? Or maybe a fusion rifle, sniper rifle, who knows? Just let me know that in the comments below, as well as what do you think about the weapon in general. Anyways, thank you for watching today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone, have a good day.